Hey team, it's Lewis. It's Tuesday on the Baby Beaver Bunch, and this week we're talking about being young and queer and questioning and the like. Hold on a second. We're good. So I guess this is how it all began for me. When I was in the 7th grade, I hit puberty, and I developed a lot faster than everyone else in my grade, and I got a lot of attention from guys, and I hated it, every minute of it, and I wanted to kill every single one of them. And at that point in my life, I really just didn't acknowledge feelings as gay feelings. Although, like, when a girl would, like, walk past me, I would definitely be checking out that ass. And I wouldn't even be, like, necessarily meaning to. You know how, like, you get that, like, impulse to stare at people? It would be like that. And, you know, I couldn't help it, and I just kind of was like, you know what, it's normal. I'm chalking it up to crazy raging puberty hormones. Like, this is all good. Like, this is... like, it's gonna go away, it's gonna go away. And then, you know, about a year passed, never went away, and I spent that entire year with, like, the thought creeping forward and being like, maybe you're gay, and then, like, me being like, no, definitely not, I'm not. I wouldn't even, like, let my mind think the G word. It was evil. And, I was terrified. I didn't want to be gay, and I guess one day I was laying in bed. This is in the 8th grade. One day I was laying in bed, and I was just like, you know what, kid? You like girls. You really do. You think they're great. You don't like guys at all, do you? No, you don't. And at that point, I didn't. I wasn't attracted to guys at all, and I didn't become attracted to guys until a lot later. But anyway, I admitted that to myself in the 8th grade, and believe it or not, kids, for months after I came out in my head to myself, I held this puppy and cried myself to sleep every night. True story, guys. True story. I know, I'm such a heartthrob. But I did. I really did. I cried myself to sleep every night. It was a horrifying realization, and it was so unfair. Like, of all the people in the world, how could such a thing happen to me? And it felt so out of my control. Like, I felt so, like, compulsed to be with women. That I just, like, there was no way I could ignore these feelings, and it sucked. I was like, I can't ignore this. This isn't going away. This is so innate to me that there's no way I can ignore it. So, I guess, if you're young and questioning, like, one thing I really regret is that I came out of the closet in the 9th grade, and I came out as, I guess, bisexual, and I never really officially came out as a lesbian, but I kind of stopped dating men, and everyone was just like, yeah. But, what was I saying, guys? Help me. Yeah, so I came out, okay, my one thing that, like, I wish I had it done differently. I came out in grade 9 as a lesbian, and then, you know, in grade 11-ish, I realized that I was also attracted to men, and I was, like, interested in exploring that curiosity, and I did, but because I was literally in this small, like, asswipe of a town that I come from, I was literally known as, like, the town lesbian when I first came out. Like, literally, like, people would be like, oh yeah, the dyke, haha, and, like, they would say it lovingly, like, or like maybe not like lovingly, but like they didn't say it like with hurtful intent. So like I didn't mind. Like I had people who would just be like, "Hey, Dyke, yo, what's up?" And like I guess I was cool with that for a while until I realized that I was also attracted to men, and that just confused the hell out of me. And it was just like, what am I gonna tell people? Everyone's gonna flip their shit if I hook up with a guy now. Fuck. Like I felt like I'd painted myself into a corner. And, you know, that's kind of when I decided that I was just not gonna label myself anymore, and I was so just done with labels that, you know, it was the last thing in the world I wanted to do is call myself anything. How dare I tell myself that I am something and that it doesn't change every instant, which it does. So how can I be anything? Anyway, so about the 11th grade, I realized I was attracted to men as well, and I started exploring that curiosity, and, you know, I would go to parties, and I would, you know, maybe flirt with a guy, like, see how that was going. I would, and I had fun doing that. Like, I enjoyed flirting with guys, and, like, occasionally, like, I would, like, have a dance floor kiss with a guy, and, like, I enjoyed that fine. Like, I am attracted to guys, and I admit that, and I'm fine with that fact. Like, it's, you know, like, I'm not ashamed, I'm not, threatening, like, my status or anything like that. Like, I just feel like if you are young and you really feel like you need to come out of the closet, and, like, because, like, I know that I felt compelled to come out, when I was ready to come out of the closet, I was marching out with, like, a fucking rainbow, and, like, literally, I mean, it started slowly. Like, I started telling people I was bisexual at first, but literally when I was ready to come out of the closet, like, I was like, hey, I told one friend, and I told her to spread the fucking rumor, and she did, and it was great. Fucking spread like wildfire, but you know, I did get a fair bit of hate. But anyway, what I'm trying to say, guys, is, like, if you're young and you really feel compelled to come out of the closet, because, like, I understand that, I did feel compelled to come out of the closet, just, you know, try not to say anything that will make it hard for you to just enjoy yourself later on, right? Like, don't be like, I'm gay, I don't like boys at all, blah, blah, blah. Like, don't close yourself off to those things until you're a lot older. Like, I didn't realize that I was attracted to men until I was almost 18. That's, like, I was almost like a real-life adult before I even knew that I was attracted to men and women. And kids, there's a whole other chapter to this story. I didn't realize, well, I knew, okay. I knew I was trans ever since I, like, figured out, like, the meaning of the word, I guess. But, when I was, like, 15, I think I put a video on YouTube where I talked about questioning my gender. And I had, like, long hair and makeup at this point. Yeah, it was hot. Anyway, and it's just, like, yeah, I put that video up, and, somebody saw it who, you know, probably shouldn't have seen it, and they didn't react very well, and I ended up having to delete my whole YouTube channel because of that one person's reaction. And, like, I guess that was kind of the first thing that scared me about the whole trans thing. Like I live in Toronto now. Being trans is just, like, it's a joke. Like, it's so much, it's like so refreshingly simple here. And I mean, I know the people who grow up in Toronto are like, no, it's so hard, but, like, compared to where I come from, like, trans people don't exist. Like, we don't exist where I come from. An example. I was trying to explain to my friends my friends from home what transgender meant without, like, outing myself. So I was literally, like, literally spent, like, 10 minutes trying to explain this concept to them, and then at the end I got stared at the face and was like, so like she's a lesbian? And I was like, no, for the love of God, no. But like, honestly, guys, I've told like 10 minutes worth of stories and given like 20 seconds worth of advice, but honestly, the most important and like best advice like I could ever give to anyone who's young and questioning their gender identity or sexual identity is just like, be patient. Fuck it. If you are like, I'm 13 and want to date a girl, and if people are like, are you gay or are you bi, just be like, I don't fucking know, I'm 13. Who fucking cares? Who cares? Ask them, like, why do you care? Like, do you want to date me? Like, unless you want to date me, I don't see how my sexuality is relevant to you at all. Anyway, this has been my longest video fucking ever, but I really feel like I bailed on the topic last week because I don't have a lot of experience with self-harming, but I did mean what I said. Like, inbox me if you made it to the end of this fucking video. Congratulations, you are brilliant. If you made it to the end of this video, comment pickle, because then I'll know that you made it to the end of this video, and incorporate it with the rest of your comment. Don't make it like the only comment, or else I'll just be like, oh, pickle, why are you just saying pickle? Say pickle and then leave a comment. That's code for leave comments. But anyway, if you made it to the end of this video, congratulations. You are hereby welcome to inbox me on my personal YouTube, smokeshrugsmile. Inbox me on Tumblr. I've been meeting up with a lot of people from Tumblr and YouTube lately. So if you're from like the Greater Toronto area, like feel free to like inbox me on Tumblr and like have a chat. Like, I'm really busy all the time, so it's like luck of the draw if I'm like, yeah, let's hang. But like, fuck, I always love meeting new friends, and like if I get like when I make friends, like I like to meet up. So let's meet up. Yeah, you guys can add me on Facebook, Lewis Brooks. I think we need to have mutual friends for you to add me though, so like if you want me to add you on Facebook, just like send me your full name in an inbox and I'll add you. Okay, anyway, this has been my longest video ever. See you guys next week on the Baby Beaver Bunch.